It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Lions and the Steelers, all that and more, coming up next.
At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at Acrisure Stadium. With Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. Happy to welcome you to week 2 of 3 here in the preseason. Man, this is the week, Brock, where a lot of players, they're not just fighting their opponents out there anymore, but they're fighting each other for the roster spots remaining as we look ahead to the final week of the preseason.
Yeah, that's well said, Kate. And every coach will say the same thing across all 32 teams. Don't count numbers.
Yeah.
Don't look around the room.
Yeah.
Don't look at anybody else. Just worry about doing your job. But when you're outside the top 40 or so, you know it. You know you're on the bubble, and your performance in this game really matters.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. B.J. Hill, the one to bring him down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They send the tight end in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
St. Brown's got it, complete. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Hauled in by Worthy. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Pass play coming here. That's caught for the 1st. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. A give to Gibbs. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
This is Gibbs on second down. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. And we've got a stoppage here, and it's something you never want to see, especially in the preseason. One of their star players banged up with an injury after that play. Third and 4 coming up now. Pass play now. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team as a young quarterback, you want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. DJ Reed brings him down that time. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. He's dropping back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Warren quick on the draw. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Just 1 yard on the play. That leaves him with 4th and 4.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
So a punt coming up here on 4th down off the leg of Michael Pilardi. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Lions will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
That's complete to St. Brown outright. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Pass taken in by St. Brown. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. First down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Throw complete to Williams. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. Third down, 1 yard to go. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. It's taken in by Williams. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Second and 3 now. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Now it looks like somebody is shaken up after that play. You never like seeing injuries, especially in the preseason. We'll get the training staff out to work on him. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the 46. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that makes it 3rd down. Back to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He finds Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
3rd down run by Gibbs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Another one for Gibbs. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's 3rd, less than a yard. Here's a give to Gibbs. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a gain of 4. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They motion the tight end over. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the 1st quarter. It's a 2-score game early. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 42. Throw left side, and St. Brown has it. And that's good for a gain of 5. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Throw left side, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. On target to Worthy. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
First and goal. Here's Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Now try Gibbs again. And he drives it forward for a modest gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach third down.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game.
Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. After the penalty, let's see how their composure is as they still try 4th and goal. They'll throw for the end zone. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a 20-zip lead. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. McCole Hardman now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Warren once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Back to throw. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Warren running between the tackles. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
To throw it on first down. Complete to DK Metcalf. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the Lions' 10-yard line.
Looking for a throw here. He's on the move. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the gun on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Dicker connects there. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Gibbs. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That stop made by T.J. Watt. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Motioning one of the tight ends. Back now, pressure on its way. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's taken down at the 30. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. Finds his man. It's Worthy. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Hardman with a return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And now they're left with 4th and short. The Steelers set to punt it. Michael Pilardi, the one to kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And it's a gain of 5 as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again, in a massive sack on 1st down. Well, that's the right way to begin this series defensively.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Now Gibbs. He makes the 25. And we've got a stoppage here, and it's something you never want to see, especially in the preseason. One of their star players banged up with an injury after that play. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10, looking to throw. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. St. Brown's got it, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now the Lions calling a timeout, their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
He put some juice on a deep... Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Steelers get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Steelers getting to take the field one more time here in the half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Back to pass on 1st and 10. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. So it'll be 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 3rd and just 2 to go. Setting up a throw. Complete beyond the marker. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He'll throw it yet again. He puts some air under a deep throw. It connects on the deep shot. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers make it an 18-point game. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Tight end going in motion here. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in just a moment. Want to remind everyone, this is week 2 of the preseason. These 2 teams will have one more tune-up after this next week, before the regular season gets started on the Thursday following Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Roster spots are going to be won or lost depending on these next 2 quarters. So let's get back to it, as I'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, the starters likely checked out for the final time. Time now for guys to make their case for roster spots as our second half is underway. Hardman with a return. Return's looking good so far. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the third quarter. And that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. First throw for the backup now. And that one's unsuccessful. This one misses the tight end. And it's going to be second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
It's Johnson on second down. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Oh, he's in trouble here. He'll go down. The Lions got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Collects this at the 35. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Putting the tight end in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got Khalif Raymond. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Running it with David Montgomery. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He has the first over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
3rd down from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Finds a seam, left side. He's off to the races. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers make it an 11-point ball game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here comes Reed. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Getting right back to it after that interception. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
That's caught for the first. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
This time it's a passing play. Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we've got a 1st down here. So pass interference on the shot to the end zone, and now they're going to be set up on the goal line with a great chance to get the touchdown anyway. Montgomery runs it in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions push their lead to 18.
Steelers 17.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Hardman with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On the ground again with Johnson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Wilson's got it. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. The Lions and running back David Montgomery getting back to work. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds a man right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Now it looks like somebody is shaken up after that play. You never like seeing injuries, especially in the preseason. We'll get the training staff out to work on him. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Montgomery now up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
A gain of 15. And the Lions first down.
A give now to Montgomery. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Carry here for Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. They're throwing it. Montgomery hauls this one in. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
On the handoff, this is Montgomery. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
They run. Here's Montgomery. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Catch is made in close. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Well, following that play, we have somebody shaken up. And man, with so many guys fighting for roster spots, you never want to see someone get hurt. Hopefully they can fix him up quick. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. He'll throw it. And oh, he got it. Interception. It's a foot race. And the Steelers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
This is pulled in by McCole Hardman. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They're set up at the 35 now. Here's Zappi. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Complete out to the right. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, Johnson. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Zappi setting to throw. Doesn't make the connection.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They bring the tight end in motion. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They could bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Dicker connects there, and that lowers the deficit to 15.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a 2-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
Here's Raymond on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Lions are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. He gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Here's Montgomery. Still finding room past the 45. Space on the right. He's got room. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions make it a 3-score game in the 4th. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions grow the lead now to 22 points. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense headed out. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Zappi. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Short pass brought in. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Gets this to Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Throwing is Zappi. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
That one's complete over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Second and 3 now. Now an inside give to Johnson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And we've got to stop it here, and it's something you never want to see, especially in the preseason. One of their star players banged up with an injury after that play. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Now Zappi. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.